What's up YouTube? It's your boy Asa. How you guys doing? Look at my vlog. I'm not sure how the vlog's gonna shake out over the long run. I think I'm gonna try and do a weekly upload, and I don't know how long they're gonna be either, and I don't know how much I'm gonna be going in between like tutorial kind of thing and just vlogging. I'm just doing this to document my journey, document what I think, turning that into content that is meaningful to the consumer, to somebody who's watching, to another producer, to especially somebody who's a beginner producer, because I'm still very early on in my journey. Really, I just want to set the bar for myself so that when I get back to school, I can still keep up with that. And that, I think that's kind of the point of documenting and not creating. Creating would be trying to create a vlog that's a super cinematic masterpiece, but that's not where the value lies. And I hope you guys enjoy the first vlog. I follow Origami. I've been following him pretty much since I got into music. But anyways, he started taking piano lessons a couple months ago, and so even at that, he was still clicking in most of his melodies into his piano roll, which I know is something that a lot of producers do, especially ones like me who don't have any musical experience prior to getting into producing. So like I don't have any formal piano playing training, and so like when I try and play it, it doesn't really come out very good. But I started trying to play it anyways, and I started trying to play melodies that I would hear in my head, or if I'd get an idea for something, I would just like try and play it, and even if it comes out really bad, it gives it a more humanized feel, much more humanized than actually clicking it into the piano roll. So I think it's a good idea, even if you have zero talent, just click something in, hear it, understand what you want it to sound like, and then go and play it, because it's gonna give it just a more humanized feel, and you'll get better at it too. Obviously everything that you do with practice, you're gonna get better at. So I do really recommend doing that. I've started doing that, and I've noticed a lot of my melodies come out better, and it's just more natural, feels better. And doing the same thing with your drums. I always click on my drums, but sometimes I try and play it anyways just to see how it sounds. Like some of the things like snares, like that's pretty on the grid. It doesn't have to be perfectly on the grid, but in general it's a pretty on the grid thing, and especially for trap music, it's very on the grid anyways, so you don't really have to do that, but it's good to try these things and see how they sound for your style personally. It might add a really good element and make it more natural and not so computerized, which can be a really big benefit. On some collaboration beats with a couple people, and I did the melodies for one, and he did the drums and arranging, and then we did vice versa on the other one. Honestly, I think his, like the one that he arranged and did the drums for, came out better. He was able to do better sound selection, do better mixing, do better arranging, and I don't know, I feel like the big thing for me was the arrangement. The arrangement just made the entire beat stand out that much more, We're gonna go break that down as soon as I get back from the gym. So I already have it finished, but we're gonna take a listen to the track real quick, and then we're gonna go through and break it down exactly how he did it. And now that I'm looking at it, I don't know why I'm so impressed, but I just am. And hopefully you'll see what I'm talking about. So let's just take a quick listen. The passion.
Quail, the beat guy.
hopefully you see what I mean. Like the melody, the way he arranged it, he just took it to a whole different kind of place. And he did something I don't think I've ever actually done before, which is like, so I always start with my chords almost every single time, unless there's a very specific melody that I have in my head, which doesn't really happen that often, to be honest. And the way he arranged it is really interesting. He didn't include anything in the verses. In the verses, there were 16 bars, and they were just that main melody. An interesting idea for you guys to try out is to drop the chords from your verses and leave the melody in there. It'll add a whole different dynamic. Usually your melody, your upper frequencies, and then you can have your vocals come in underneath that. So yeah, just an interesting change of pace if you're interested in trying that. Collaboration, I've been like kind of looking down on it this whole time because I feel like it's the kind of thing that just slows me down, because you know a lot of producers, we do everything ourselves, and a lot of rappers nowadays, like, they're doing everything ourselves. We rap, we make the beats, mix, master it all, write our own lyrics. We're doing every part of the process ourselves. And so to collaborate with somebody else just kind of slows down the whole process. Now you're dependent on that other person. You have to expect them to keep up with your work pace, or if they don't, then you have to wait on them to get back to you. It's just like, it's a pain, it slows you down. I don't really like that. This collaboration showed me that there's just so much to learn from other people. It's a really good idea that if you can do it, you absolutely should. If you can do it in person, it's even better, because then you get to watch their workflow, and you can really learn a lot from that. But I know for me personally, I don't really have too many friends that are nearby who produce, so I can't really just go and hang out with them and bounce ideas off each other, etc., etc. So if you get the opportunity to collaborate, 100% do it. Learn as much as you can, because you could be missing that one thing that they have that'll send you to the next level. 100% would recommend. Go for it. Do it. Alright, so we're back. This is the way I arranged the melodies he sent me. So something that I've done before is I'll put some gross beat on this. Let's go get the gross beat. And then I'll go to Transgate. I like this second one a lot. But I don't like 4. I like 3 quite a bit too. But I think second's my favorite out of the Transgates. And then I let it go, and then I put the mix at somewhere between 75 and 50. That way you can hear the trance effect occurring, you can hear it happening, and you get a bounce from that. But you still get most of the actual instrument, most of the actual keys that you're playing there. So just try it right there and see how it sounds. Since it's so present in the mix, I'm gonna take it down even further, so it's there. You get a bounce from it, but it's not too crazy. My chorus is to have that, my hook, so I'm gonna take that and get rid of it for those. So I'll have it come in just right before there, and then I'll have it drop back out.
The passion.
So on my YouTube, I had a bunch of, everybody has the recommended videos. One of the videos was an arrangement tricks video, and so I started to watch it because I was getting kind of frustrated with my arrangements. I felt like I needed to change something up, so I looked that up or watched that video that was recommended, and it gave me the idea. I've heard other rappers or other producers do it where they delay the bass drop on the chorus on the drop itself, and so it just builds crazy suspense. And I don't know why I never figured that one out, because that's just common sense doing that one. I think that's a good amount of change from what I had before going on. Yeah, I'm happy with that. One last thing that I thought was pretty interesting about this beat that I liked a lot was I found this really cool snare. Let's go there. So this is how it sounded originally. Right? Yeah, that's how it sounded originally, and I liked how hard it was. So I went and I reversed it so that it would go into my clap that I had going on, and I just loved the way it sounded, and like made it pop a lot more in the chorus. So that's why I left it there and not in the verses. So let's just take a listen to that. And it's just like the way it goes from side to side, like or the way it fades in and like smacks at the same time as the clap. I just like that a lot. And a cool thing to do is to fade the stereo, and that way it makes it sound like it's going from like left to right or right to left, and that adds a whole different dynamic to it. I think I've talked about that in a previous video, but I just love doing that. I don't do it enough, to be honest, but it's a great trick to add some ambience to your tracks, and especially to make your verses, your choruses stand out. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap it up now. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog, and I really look forward to continuing this journey with you guys. This is episode 1. Tune in for episode 2. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. If you hated it, tell me that. And I'll try and make some adjustments. Tell me what you hated specifically, because, you know, if you just tell me you hate it, that doesn't help anybody. Signing off, Asa.